Hello, this is the fourth reading for America's 250th anniversary of various speeches and documents of the United States, and we will be choosing selections from all different periods of American history, not merely the formation of our republic, but the keeping and perfection of our union as the preamble of the Constitution states. I'm recording this on February 22nd. It will be broadcast on February 23rd. I am hoping that we will not be bombing Iran at that time, but just in case anybody is considering doing that, I thought we should take a little review of the U.S. Constitution and the powers held by the Congress and not the executive. So today, what we will be looking at here is the Constitution as it appears in the National Archives. We are going to look at Article 1, Section 8, which pertains with the powers of Congress. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. From the preamble, I'll just remind you, but all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. To borrow money on the credit of the United States. To regulate commerce with foreign nations and among the several states and with the Indian tribes. That means that the president doesn't get to set tariffs, nor does the Treasury Secretary or Federal Reserve Chairman, and certainly not some group of perverse billionaires, but the Congress determines the tariffs on goods coming in from other countries, on foreign trade. Congress further has the right to establish a uniform rule of naturalization. That is the pathway to become a citizen, and it must be uniform no matter who the person is or where they are from. And uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States, to coin money, regulate the value thereof, i.e., not a private Federal Reserve Bank, again run by these perverse billionaires that meet at Jackson Hole and the Bohemian Grove and God knows where else, and to determine the value of foreign coin and fix the standard of weights and measures. To provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. To establish post offices and post roads, to promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing for limited times, not in perpetuity, for limited times, to the authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries, to constitute tribunals inferior to the Supreme Court, to define and punish piracies and felonies committed on the high seas and offenses against the law of nations. So it is the Congress which defines what these crimes are and punishes them, decides what the punishment will be. To declare war, the Congress is the body that declares war, not the president, not the Secretary of State, not a group of perverse billionaires. To declare war, grant letters of marque, which are letters that would allow boats to be used to attack other boats of foreign adversaries by private owners, something that's really not so much an issue today, although Hegseth is moving in that direction with our attacks on, but they're not from boats, on whoever, we don't even know who we're killing in the Caribbean. At any rate, these things fall under the purview of the Congress. We are not a dictatorship. And let me just say, I don't think Biden was any more just. He may have been worse, or the people running him. It's really a toss-up. This is not a partisan matter. This is the Constitution. And make rules concerning captures on the land and water, to raise and support armies. That is, the Congress raises and supports the Army, not Halliburton. It's not a private business. But no appropriation of money to that use shall be for a longer term than 2 years. So it seems to me this would mean we can't have a war powers agreement. We can't raise an army for longer than 2 years. You have to come back to the Congress and get it approved again. To provide and maintain a navy, to make rules for the government and regulation of the land and naval forces, to provide for calling forth the militia to execute the laws of the Union, suppress insurrections, repel invasions, to provide for organizing, arming, and disciplining the militia, and for governing each part of them as may be employed in the service of the United States, reserving to the states respectively the appointment of the officers and the authority of training of the militia according to the discipline prescribed by Congress. To exercise exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever over such district, not exceeding 10 miles square, this is Washington, D.C., as may by cession of particular states and the acceptance of Congress become the seat of the government of the United States, and to exercise like authority over all places purchased by the consent of the legislature of the state in which the home shall be, in which the same shall be, for the erection of forts, magazines, arsenals, dockyards, and other needful buildings. So these are the powers of the Congress, not the executive, not the judiciary, not a particular individual or interest. And the Congress is supposed to represent the interest of the American people. And there is a little clause there, promote the general welfare, provide for the common defense, which harkens back to the preamble of the Constitution. That is the way our nation is supposed to function. That's Article 1, Section 8 from the U.S. Constitution. Maybe take some time if you're getting hit by a big snowstorm today and read the full document.